All right, folks, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil. And we had a massive channel update last night on the live stream. We went ahead and we were able to get Ahsoka Tano. Now, we weren't able just to unlock this galactic legend. I was able to fully get her ultimate day one. As soon as day one, right? Day one for me. Unlock Relic 7 ultimate. So we're going to talk through kind of that process. Where does this account go from here? How was I able to do this? And what does it mean for you moving forward as you go after your GL? So go ahead, please like and subscribe, comment down below. Let's give a shout out to our channel members, as always, for their continued support. If you're ever interested, link down below, along with link to Discord. Go check it out. Thank you guys again for your faith, for your love, for the jokes about whether it was RFK voice, Palpatine voice, whatever it was. You know, I am the Senate. I got to work on that, but I really appreciate you guys. I hope you continue to enjoy the content on this channel. Let's get in here. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about Ahsoka. Let's talk about where I'm going from here. So let's just break this down. Ahsoka, Relic 7, and we are out of signal data, right? I have 27 white, I have 7 green, and I have 21 blue. Now, to be fair, I had a little bit more left over, but I did bring my General Syndulla up to Relic 7, and this was kind of a decision because of the way that Ahsoka's Rex are kind of strange, where you have Hu Yang and Padawan Sabine at Relic 7, and then I already have Ezra Bridger at Relic 8. But my, General Syndulla is a Relic 5 requirement. So I always had a plan to bring her to Relic 7, and I'm really glad that I was able to do that day one. So that's a big, yes, thumbs up. I like that. In terms of the modding, this was painful. This was a very painful journey to get these mods, but we're there. I have a good bit of armor on my Ahsoka. I have 79% armor, which for my shard, I'd say is a pretty solid amount. This Relic 9 Ahsoka, she has on, from my guild, or from one of my shard mates here, she's, he's got 80% armor. Now, he's significantly faster than I am, so, hats off to Gugek. He's obviously got the speed down, but I definitely am glad that I'm able to get more of that armor, and I'm going to be working on trying to calibrate these mods when I can, because I find this character to be extremely important. We'll slice this mod up further. We're going to try and get as much out of these mods as humanly possible, because, that is an important part of this whole character is, having good mods. We also have full mods on our General Syndulla. This, again, if you were on the live stream, I was not enjoying myself. I don't have a lot of offense on this character, but I did load her up with some armor. I went with a lot of defense for these characters. I don't know. Some characters went defense, some we went offense. I don't know what's going to be the best. I'll have to work through their mods, kind of play around with them, see where I like everybody. But overall, pretty satisfied with the modding on my Spectre units. We stole some mods off of some good characters, but it needed to be done. So we're also out of mod slice materials and everything else. But I was able to unlock this character fully by maxing out every single shard shop purchase. So I had to max out every single shard shop refresh. I also had to go to my weekly shipments and purchase the 25 extra currency here. And I did all of my 50s and 100s of regular energy. What I'm going to say is that I never would have gone through unlocking this character the way I did. I spent a lot of crystals to get this character. I spent probably, I think it was around 10,000 crystal or 8,000 crystals to get this character, something like that. Maybe 10,000. I think it was 10,000. It was a lot of crystals. I did not need to do that. I wanted to do that on live stream for, my channel members, for the community, because I don't get to live stream nearly as much. And this is a huge deal because this is Journey Guide Complete. right? That is everything in the journey guide for me at the time of recording. Obviously, I expect more things to come, but this is the first time I've ever been caught up with a character. That I'm like caught up in the journey guide. There's nothing for me to work on inside of it. And that kind of leads into where I want to go from here, which is building out the teams that I have. There are some extra relics I would like to do here. I'd love to get Kira and Han to Relic 5 for their special mission. I'd love to get Luthen and Saw and even Kyle up to Relic levels, up to Relic 7, and that way we can use them on Kashyyyk. Like, I'm trying to build out my territory battle teams because that's where my guild is heading. So you can expect to see a lot of relic upgrades related to getting me better in PvE, getting me better in PvP, but also with a very heavy PvE element around territory battles. But yeah, we're going to continue to kind of push through this account. Once the new Bad Batch stuff goes farmable, like, I'm going to farm them because there's nothing else for me to work on. Like, I'm just stockpiling gear. I'm stockpiling resources. I'm not really worried about what's coming. You know what I mean? Like, I can't be too worried about what's coming next when there's nothing I'm doing right now. So yeah, and I'm happy that the Bad Batch isn't something that I feel I'm going to have to rush. Not that I don't think they'll be a good team, but I would rather save some of my crystals that I would use to refresh those nodes for the Jocasta tunes or what's coming next. So I am going to have to kind of figure out how to make that work in the coming weeks and months. Now, something I do want to say that I think that live stream with Ahsoka, it was not the most exciting. But I think a lot of you saw, if you watch my live streams, I don't always talk as much as other people. But if you watch, there's certain things that I'm doing that I think were really important. And one of the biggest ones was I went back and I basically remodded every character that I had to rip mods off of, remodded for the Spectres. And while that can be really boring, it serves a very important purpose. And that purpose is demonstrating the importance of staying on top of mods. One of the biggest problems that I see players facing, and this happened to me, was I didn't stay on top of mods when I would move them around, and characters got all messed up. And it took me way too long to fix that. Instead of just, I'm going to take a minute today, go put my mods back on, it saves me an hour of time down the road, right? And that's one of the things that I try to make sure you guys see on stream, is that I don't hide the ugly side of what you have to do in this game. I try to keep it at the forefront because it does play a role, right? It absolutely plays a role in this game. And then, guys, I do want to end and just say how thankful I am for your support. And it means a lot, because there does come times where, you put out a video and it doesn't get the greatest of views and you're like, oh man, like, I suck at this. And when, I hear that I'm helping you guys, when I hear that, hey, Phil, without you, I would have been lost, or this guide helped me complete this, thank you so much. I would never have done this. Like, that's exactly why I've done this. Whenever I have a day where it's like, oh man, that's not a good comment. And then you see somebody who's like, Phil, your mallet guide from 8 years ago where you played on your phone, like, that helped me win. I love hearing that. So thank you guys for the support. It's beyond appreciative. It's beyond appreciated, and I can't thank you all enough for it. And I can't wait to see where we go next on this account. Like, what is it going to look like in the next couple of months as I'm just sitting here increasing relic levels for the first time in a very long time. So I really appreciate you all. Like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you in the next one. May the force be with you. Cheers, my friends.